I've seen the future.
Hey everybody, it's Colette Baron-Reid, and here we are again for our weekly Oracle card forecast and lesson. And we're using Wisdom of the Oracle card deck that I teach with in Oracle School. And if you're new, what you're gonna wanna do after I do these 4 cards for you, I'm giving you the general gist of the week ahead, what kind of energy all of us collectively are feeling. And then you're gonna wanna go to my website and choose your own personal cards. So you'll get 7 cards in total. 4 of mine for everybody. That's like the overarching umbrella of energy. And then at ColetteBaronReid.com/pick, you're gonna get 3 more cards for you so that you can put the whole story together and then see what happens at the end of the week. So far, everybody is freaking out at how accurate this is. And the reason why my Oracle cards are accurate is because they are fashioned after ancient divination systems, but they are given a modern twist for the modern spiritual seeker, aka you. Okay, so let's proceed. So this week we start with our anchor card, which is Between Worlds. So we kind of entering into this week with an idea that we're not quite there, wherever there is. Or your there might be different than my there, but ultimately we kind of know that we've got 1 foot in the old life and 1 foot in the new, and we're sort of stretched between the two. We're not where we were. We definitely know that, plus we don't want to be where we were. We want to get out of the familiar, so we're kind of stretched outside the comfort zone, but we haven't really moved to that next level or layer of the optimization that we want for our lives. Now, the second card is always cool because it tells us more about this first card, and that's co-create. If you've been following me, you know that I teach about co-creation rather than manifestation, even though the two are interchangeable. When I talk about co-creation, I'm really talking about your partnership with spirit or the conscious universe, or whatever you want to call this invisible world, that when we align with our intentions and our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are consistent, and we are reinforcing that through our behavior and our thinking and our affirmation, etc., then the universe or that partnership starts to work on our behalf. So we're never really alone. We're always working in partnership with the world, with this conscious universe that wants to create through us, right? So we are the art on behalf of the artist, but we're also the artist on behalf of the artist that makes the art of our lives, if you can kind of get that. So co-create and Between Worlds remind us that creation is about evolving ideas and allowing something to take shape, right? So it's like if you're a sculptor, you would look at your clay and the clay starts to tell you what it wants to be. So your life starts to tell you what it really wants to be. I always say, don't chase after your purpose, let your purpose find you, remove the obstacles to that. So I think a lot of that is what's going on this week. Now the third card is called Here and Now, and that card reminds us not to lose ourselves in our ambition for the future. There's a tendency, when we're really like on this manifestation track or the co-creation track, that, we want to create something in the future. We want to get somewhere. We want to get to that destination where that life that we want is going to be better. But we forget that we actually co-create reality one day at a time. In the now, in this really important moment is where all the action is, and that's where all the energy needs to be. So don't worry about the future. Just know that what you need to focus on is being in the now and practicing that intention in the now. And that's what's called upon. And I love this last card because it says new life. So if we do these things, if we remember that being stretched between worlds is fine, there's nothing wrong with that when you're in that kind of awkward, who am I going to become phase, like when the caterpillar is coming out, doesn't know what to be a butterfly. And then also the co-creative process, staying in the now, staying centered in the moment, and being responsive rather than reactive. That's the other message. And then you come into this new life. Now the card New Life shows a fairy popping out of an egg. And a fairy popping out of an egg doesn't really know how to walk or how to be a fairy. And do fairies pop out of eggs? And the whole idea behind the art of that is that We need to always be in beginner mind. We can't know what we don't know. We can't determine the map that we haven't drawn yet. And so being curious and staying in beginner mind is really what's being called upon this week for everybody when we look at the universal energy, and of course the oracle lesson and what it tells us. So back to you. Don't forget, go to ColetteBaron-Reid.com/pick and find your cards, and then really look at the story that the cards are telling, because this is all about storytelling. True oracles, true divination systems tell a story of you, of where you've been, where you are now, and where you potentially will be going. Why not take a peek? And if you like this video, subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. I love to read them, and share the reading with your friends and tell them to go too with you over to ColetteBaron-Reid.com/pick for a free reading. You get 3 cards and see how the whole story fits my 4 cards and your 3 cards, and see how your story in motion has unfolded throughout the week. Take care, and I will see you next week.
I've seen the future. It's beautiful.